Hey everyone, welcome back. So last time we found this workshop and we just moved in. I've done a ton of farming, enough to build this exploration vehicle right here, and to basically just set up my base. This is all the seeds and dirt and stuff I found. I haven't set up a farm yet. I still have to decide where I want to do that. I have a little automated crafting setup here, sort of, just with all the linked storage, so I can put everything in here and craft whatever I want. And then my little garage setup where I put parts and things, where I pretty much used all of them on this. So we'll kind of show you how it works, and then I'll take it out and show you what it can do. So it's just a inline 6 setup. I tried a lot of different versions of this car. I initially tried the engine long ways here and using gears to spin the wheels. But as I'll show you here in a second, that doesn't work in survival the same way it does in creative. So here's one of the initial designs that I did. So you can see it's an inline 8-cylinder, and it uses gears here to try and spin the wheels. But they slip way more now than what they did in creative. The same exact build works perfectly in creative. But here in survival it just doesn't work. I'm not sure why. The pistons seem to act a little bit differently. So you see the gears here that are meant to spin the wheels just skip far too much. So I went through a lot of different designs until I finally came up with this one, which is a direct drive on the back wheels. So if you look here, the drive shaft spins and it just directly spins the wheels. It uses these pistons just to pass through the block. These extra bearings over here give it an extra boost by having a 360 rotation on repeat, and I'll show how that works. But it's pretty basic piston setup. These are your normal piston setups. I have the sensors on top, which gives me forward and reverse mode, and I'll show you how that works. But I just rotate the sensors to flip back and forth. Some chests here, and then it's rear wheel drive with front steering, and the shocks on front just help it steer a little bit better. And this is a trailer which I weld on if I want to tow anything, which I haven't done yet. So we'll take it out and I'll show you what it can do. So here's the car. So one turns on forward, which just activates the pistons, which is this is the average piston speed really. Now if you kick in the supercharged, the 3 here, this is how fast it goes when it uses the bearings as well. Gives it a little boost. It has, if you turn them both off, it'll just stop right away. You can do a little burnout. Kick them both on, it kicks in pretty quick. Okay, so if you get stuck, reverse is just 2. And then you flip it around to go forward again. And it actually moves fast enough for most of the time it'll kill farm box if you hit them. See if we can find one out here. Here's one over here. Let's see if we can get him. Boom! Dead. So that's pretty much it. Not much to it. Pretty easy. So it has the 3 different speeds. If you just use the pistons, is the slowest. If you just use the bearings, it's a little bit faster. And then if you use both, it's the boost. Okay, so here's a bit more in-depth view so you can kind of see how it works. And if you're interested in seeing this engine built, let me know. But you can see these engines in plenty of other places. They're not very difficult. So you see the sensors on top. They're connected to this bearing here, which is controlled by this one here, which also offsets all the pistons. So if you see, this one offsets all the pistons by 60 degrees. And then one of them offsets this right here. So if you see, that one's offset by 180, and then it flips 180 when you hit the switch. So if I hit that switch, if I hit that, it turns it on, and it just flips the sensors 180. This one controls this bearing, which flips all the sensors to the back or front. So that'll kick in reverse. Turn it off. So that's how forward and reverse works. This one has all the bearings on a 360 degree rotation on repeat, on loop. So that is connected to those 3 bearings. When you turn this on, it turns on the bearing drive. And that is really all there is to it. You don't need all these upgraded this high, but when I was messing with the other designs, trying to get it to work and stop skipping, I ended up upgrading them, but they really only need to be either 3 or 4, both works, and then the speed I have on 3rd from the top. For some reason these change. I didn't set them to 5. I dropped it back to 4. And it still works good. So I just wanted to do this real quick just to give you some ideas of what you can do for a vehicle that's quick and doesn't use any fuel. I'll take this out, do some more farming, and then next I want to build a mining vehicle and look at where I want to set up my farm so I can start doing some farming to get metal quicker, since this took absolutely forever, way too long, by just killing farm bots. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comments if there's any questions.